Hi and welcome to episode number 480 with whatsforchow.com and our next episode in the series on distilling. In this episode we're going to build a pot still for under $60. This is the cost at the time of filming and does not include the pot and lid. Let's look at the list of items you require. First in line is this angled 3-way riser with a thermometer adapter. This gets glued into a 22mm hole drilled through the pot lid. You will need a dome lid like this wok lid or a hi-hat lid. The riser needs to be almost horizontal in order that the downpipe is almost vertical. I have sealed the joint with clear silicone polymer to combat pressure leaks. I have also sealed the glass joint in the top of the lid and the handle. To accommodate the thermometer, a plastic cap unscrews at the top. The thermometer goes through the cap and is held in place by a grommet. To seal the joint where the pot meets the lid, you will need a natural medical grade silicone rubber tubing. The tubing gets cut down one side along the length, then clipped over the edge of the pot. We'll look at that shortly. Next up is the lab clamp clips that hold the glassware securely together. The second piece of glassware is the condenser. This condenses the alcohol vapor back to liquid. The vapor enters the top of the tube from the 3-way connector and passes through the cooling coil, then drips out of the bottom as liquid alcohol. Cooling water is pumped from the bottom of the column and exits at the top. This increases the efficiency of the condenser. To connect the cooling pump, you'll need a few lengths of PVC fish tank pipe. You can get this from any hardware or pet store. To pump the cooling water, you need a small submersible pump. These come in 110 volt and 220 volt forms. These pumps are very small and very inexpensive, however amazingly reliable. Bear in mind that these small pumps don't have a substantial head, only about 40 centimeters or 16 inches. This means that they have to be mounted in the cooling reservoir at the same height as the condenser. If you want your coolant to be on the floor, you'll need to look at a much bigger pump. These are available from the same supplier, just be sure to order the correct voltage. You will also want to have a set of spirit alcohol meters to measure the alcohol content of your efforts. This set comes with 3 graduated measures giving a capability of measuring anything from 0 ABV to 100% ABV. This set also comes with a thermometer and a conversion table to adjust readings of the alcohol according to the temperature of the liquid. To use these devices, you will require a small 100 milliliter measuring cylinder. The cylinder is filled with the distillate. Then the alcohol meter is floated in the distillate. Finally, but not absolutely necessary, is the angled dripper joint. This finishes off the condenser column neatly and drips the distillate precisely into the catch jar. I've included links to all of these products on our website, and you can get there by clicking the on-screen link. Here is the system as I set it up and do a test run. First, notice the silicone rubber tubing has been slit down the length on one side only and clipped onto the surround of the pot. The 2 ends are glued together using silicone glue. I have poured 3 liters of wine into the pot. Place the lid on the pot and secure the lid with at least 8 bull clips. Notice the lab clip used to secure the joint between the riser and the condenser. Place the pump in the cooling reservoir and attach the pipes to the condenser. The outlet pipe simply feeds water back to the reservoir. Insert the thermometer into the grommet above the riser. Place a bowl or beaker below the condenser to catch the distillate. Turn the power or gas on. After a while, as the head temperature reaches about 50 Celsius, you will see condensation start forming in the riser. Turn on the cooling pump. As the temperature rises further, the distillate will condense and run into the catchment. In the next episode, we'll look more closely at how to fraction the distillate. You'll see how to calculate the foreshots, heads, hearts and tails. You'll see what to dispose of and how to blend the remaining distillate to make a pleasing and tasteful product. Thanks for joining us today. Please subscribe to our channel and we'll see you again tomorrow.